You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I was born in the wrong time period. I should have been born in the ancient Roman era or, you know, whatever great battles. No, I was born right when I needed to be because I love air conditioning and McDonald's. So now I am at Jamestown, the Jamestown Historic Settlement. Jamestown was founded in 1607. It was the first English settlement. So you had English, there's animals out here, an English colony full of people trying to make a better life for themselves somewhat. And then you have indigenous peoples who were soon intersected and had conflict with them. And of course, this was the starting point, or at least one of the starting points for Africans in enslavement. So a lot of histories and a lot of peoples intersecting at one place. And it's an important part, good and bad, of American history, United States history. So it's always somewhere you should check out. And it's almost like a living archaeological site. They're still around here and in Williamsburg and even in Yorktown, they're still finding past evidence of stuff, and new digs are always bringing up new things. So it's always something new to check out here almost. So it's beautiful. First thing in the morning. I know it gets crowded on the weekends, so we're gonna check out the best we can. It says the monument was erected in 1907 to commemorate the 300th anniversary of the settlement here.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
All set. You got your blue sticker.
Oh, yes,
We
ma'am.
have a lot of programs going on today.
Okay.
Pretty soon at 10 o'clock, we'll see our blacksmith in the fort area, the reconstructed forge. Also our Powhatan interpreter. He's just here on Saturdays.
Okay.
We'll be here all day as well. And then we got a couple great tours with our main historian. Great speaker. He's starting at the Pocahontas statue. At 11 o'clock we'll be talking about the Powhatan uprising of 1622. At 2 o'clock we'll be talking about Bacon's Rebellion. So,
Okay.
yeah, interesting topics. And the archaeologists themselves aren't here today.
Okay.
They work every weekday. So
Ah,
if you
gotcha.
see them working, just save your seat. Come
Even
on.
archaeologists deserve a weekend off.
Exactly. They do get the weekend, yeah. But don't miss the Archaeology Museum at the other end of the site, past the 40 Cafe, that glass wall building.
So they do have, I think she said, daily demonstrations of, like, a blacksmith is going to be here a little bit later, I guess, doing some demonstrations and talking to folks. And they have those things pretty regularly. But like I said, it's a living archaeological site, archaeology site, excuse me, because they just unearthed a well, I think she said last fall, and opened it up to the public. They call it the Governor's Well, I believe. So they're always uncovering something new here, erecting new things, finding new traces of this settlement. They've done their best to outline the evidence where the fort has been. I don't know if the blacksmith and everyone getting set up. And they've, oh, I like this, the scale model here of the fort, James Fort. A couple of buildings, some cannons. Not too bad. They arrived here, set up this fort, and within just a few weeks had already pissed off the natives. There was, not to make light of it, there was a guy killed, or a person killed, several wounded in their first documented attack. So I don't know if I'd like my claim to fame in history to be first guy killed, first English guy to really piss off the indigenous peoples and be killed for it. I mean, there you go, I guess. I don't know. John Smith, that guy. John Smith. So the famed John Smith from Pocahontas and all of that. I mean, he looks like a very stern gentleman, but all of that can find the lore and the mystery and all that stuff finds its roots right here. It's pretty cool. So later on during the Civil War, this area was used and expanded, and they called it Fort Pocahontas because, sure, but that was this area was one of 5 different Confederate forts during the Civil War. And apparently General Lee inspected the fort personally. Oh, here it is. Here's another one. Lee inspected Fort Pocahontas June 5th, 1861. So General Lee, that buffoon. Unless they're talking about the car, you know, Dukes of Hazzard. So Jamestown is cool, but I only have a limited amount of time, so I can't see every single thing. This is the cafe, I think. Statehouse Cafe. Grab a bite to eat, drink. Always fun. Always fun to eat. In fact, I skipped breakfast. I haven't had coffee yet, so I don't know how these people did it. Like, I can't function without coffee very well, much less sail to a new world and set up a fort in a matter of days and then try to, like, you know, actually survive. I was born in the right time period. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I was born in the wrong time period. I should have been born in the ancient Roman era, or, you know, whatever great battles. No, I was born right when I needed to be because I love air conditioning and McDonald's.
My doors are being finicky.
Been testing them out?
Well, yeah, because one
Kinda like a
opened
trap?
and the other one opened, and they said lately if you don't get them started for a while, it just doesn't work right. So
Okay, all right.
anyway, welcome to the Archaearium. Have a
Oh,
look at
thank
the
you.
glass.
Oh, wow. So this is the foundation of the
Statehouse
The
from
Statehouse.
1665.
Wow.
So the buildings you saw outside were started 25 years earlier as row houses for housing.
Okay.
So the picture up there is reversed, it's backwards.
Okay.
So what you saw outside were these foundations, and we're above the Statehouse. So the
Oh,
Statehouse,
okay.
this building that you're above, would have been as large as our museum, 3 stories tall, all brick with clay shingles on the roof.
Wow.
The buildings out there, by this time, 25 years later, people don't live in them anymore. They were started as housing. People want their own property.
Right.
So they move off the island. Part of it burned, it's getting old and dilapidated, so they rehab and repurpose it. The back, we're in the back, by the way, would have been a prison for the first time.
Okay.
And the front was basically housing. So the governor had a townhome at the end because he doesn't want to have to travel back and forth. Hi, folks.
Hi. Do we just enter there?
Have a look here, and we're just talking about this right now.
Perfect.
I did forget about the small part of history, tragic part of history here. They had what they call the starving winter, or bad winter of 1609, 1610, where it seems that some of the settlers at Jamestown turned to cannibalism. They found a young lady's skull, had markings from someone or some peoples taking the skin right off her face. So pretty sad and a sign of how desperate things got around here, but it's kind of tragic. They call her Jane, and her remains, or at least her skull, is on display in there. They don't want you to take pictures or video of it, or I would show you guys, but not going to do that out of respect. Heading out from Jamestown a little after 10. People are already starting to pour in. It's the weekend when I'm visiting now, so it gets pretty busy Fridays and Saturdays, and I'm sure the parking lot's going to be pretty full when I'm leaving out of here. But I'm headed to Yorktown. I'm going to go see another part of the American Revolution and like colonial, pre-colonial time era or whatever. This was fun. They tell you conservatively to you can spend a day out here. There's so much more to see. I just don't have the time, but I think I got the gist of it. Anyway, means I'll have to come back, because you saw all those black tarps. It means they're actively uncovering new stuff. The lady at the museum part was telling us that they just discovered some exploded hand grenades, fragments of exploded hand grenades, and some other things that are probably going to be on display in the future. So it is a living archaeological site. There's always something new to see here. Highly recommend Jamestown if you love history. Find any of that, or like even just those time periods. Fascinating. Check it out.